Hello everybody, it is Dio Lunar here, and I am back with another video. Today, I'm gonna be talking about the story time, where as you guys can probably guess by the title, I almost got arrested in one way or another. So before I get into the video, I just want to go ahead and say I really appreciate the, not very many views. It's around like 30 views on my last video, but I really have not been posting, and to go ahead and just see something on my next video, or, this last video actually feels really good. And other places I posted it to got a whole bunch of views, like one place got 300, so it just feels good to go ahead and get back onto the game. And so let's just go ahead and get right into it, guys. Before I go ahead and get super into this video, I have to go ahead and explain the background. So this last school that I went to for about 2 years, and there was this PE/elective class, since it was high school, that you can go ahead and take. And what this class was it was called walking class, to where you would go off campus and you would just walk. Sometimes your teacher would be way ahead of you or way behind you, so it didn't always look like we had a teacher with us. But there was this one day to where it was a new learning cycle, because my school had learning cycles every 6 weeks. You would go into a new learning cycle, which meant new classes. Well, it was like learning cycle 3, 4, maybe 5 of this last year, and I got put with this new kid because he didn't know where he was walking, so I had to make sure he went to the right path, because I used to do this class like repetitively just because it was really easy for me, because who doesn't want to walk 2 miles in like 40 minutes? It's pretty simplistic, to be honest. We're walking one day. Let's call this kid Zachariah. So Zachariah, he constantly kind of looks like that stoner look, but I'm not gonna go ahead and like label him as a stoner, even though he probably did smoke quite a bit. He looked like he was perma-fried, in my opinion. And for those who don't know what perma-fried means, it means that no matter how sober or, how much he wasn't smoking, it constantly looked like he was high no matter what situation you were in. So, I could never tell with him personally, but Zachariah was walking with me, and I'm just asking him about his life. Apparently he was on like probation or something. He had like one more strike before he was sent to like juvie, I'm pretty sure. So things weren't looking too good for him, and I'm pretty darn sure he said that he had stuff on him, or if not that, then he was sober for a few weeks, just because he was trying to pull his act together and probably get a job, if I remember correctly. But we're walking down the road, and we go ahead and we see this car. Turns out it was actually a cop car, but he passes above us, like in front of us, I mean. So he keeps driving, and he does his whole patrol, and he comes back, and he goes back down that street a second time within like very short amount of time. It was a very long street too, so he would be able to continuously check on us in a matter of like 10-15 minutes, to be honest. And he comes back a second time and looks at us. I kind of get a glare from him, so I know something's up. And if he were to come back a third time, and let's say he was actually driving a black van or a white van, and he offered me free candy, there was 2 possibilities. I either would have hopped in the van, eating the most delicious candy of my life, of course, or I would have called the cops. But situation was, he was the cops, so I didn't really have that opportunity, sadly. He comes back a third time, of course. We kind of see him. He pulls off in front of us to the right, because there was a right-hand turn that he could take, which led into a neighborhood that had a cul-de-sac. Well, he turns around in that cul-de-sac and meets us at the stop sign at that right-hand turn, and stops us from crossing the street. And he goes, "Well, it's a little early for you two guys to be like walking the streets, isn't it?" And because it's a good like 9 something a.m., and so we should be in school at this point. And both of us were like, "Yeah, we're just in walking class," which walking class seems super far-fetched, especially since our teacher was probably like way ahead of us at this point, because I was taking it slow because we had a new student. And he goes, "Walking class, huh? I've never heard of that." And we're like, "Yeah, our school is kind of one of the only schools that we personally know of that do it." I was actually doing most of the talking, because Zachariah was like, I don't want anything bad to happen. He was on his 3rd strike at that point, practically. One more strike, he was out. And so we didn't want to get screwed there. And I keep talking to him, and he's starting to slowly understand. But before he really starts to understand, he's like, "So do I need to drive you guys back to the school, or do we actually like need to go down to the station? Like, what's the situation here?" And we're like, "Oh no, we don't want anything. We don't want any issues or anything. We're just enjoying class, getting those elective/PE credits done. We're seriously not trying to do anything." And the funniest part is I have skipped before, and I have never been stopped by a cop, but yet somehow when I am doing my walking class, I get stopped by a police officer. And I was also 15 minutes late to my next class, I'm pretty sure, because of this police officer, because he stopped us for quite a little while. And it would have been fine if it was just a quick little easy stop, but this cop apparently wanted to go ahead and have his midlife crisis right in front of us for some god-awful reason. He literally goes, yeah, well, my son, he's actually going to, the high school. And I was like, well, I don't go to that high school. I go to the alternative high school, so I don't really know what your son does, and, you know, I'm sure he doesn't know exactly what I do. And he's like, alternative school, huh? Okay. Well, yeah, so I just got transferred here. I was doing an investigation, and they decided it would be a better idea to go ahead and move me here, and it would also give me more time with my kid. And I'm really missing the investigation aspect of work. Like, it's really slow out here, and I'm just like, oh my god, this kid, aka Officer, is literally having a mental, like, breakdown in front of us because he literally wants to go back to being an investigator. But apparently, he had such a bad trauma of being an investigator that he literally had to call off being an investigator and go to this sub-rural little town that has about 20,000 people living in it at the time, and to literally complain to two 16, maybe 17, 18-year-olds. I don't know how old Zachary was, to be honest, or Zachariah, or whatever name I gave him, but, you know, he was complaining to us younger folk for some, I don't even know reason. And to be honest, guys, I thought we were gonna get arrested for a little while, especially since Zachariah looked super, like, fried the entire time. He didn't talk either. It was mainly me. I'm pretty darn sure he had stuff on him. Like, if he was patted, if he was searched, if something popped up, like, when he searched his name or something, and, you know, he wanted to search him, and he had reason of searching, like, I'm pretty darn sure we could have been screwed at that point, because I'm pretty sure I knew he had something on him. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure that's how the situation went. And so, yeah, guys, that's how I almost got a ride in the back of a cop car, for free, of course. The best part is we actually got back to school 15 minutes late, had to explain to the teacher what our situation was. And not only that, but then I have our teacher go, wow, seems like that cop's really going through it. If he needs a therapist, like, I'm sure we can find him one. And, you know, me being me, I was like, don't worry. I actually, I'm a pretty good therapist. I actually, was his therapeutic needs for a good, like, 20 minutes there. I went ahead and told him, well, yeah, you know, it's probably nice to be with your kid and all this. You know, I helped him relax. And that's what matters, guys. Don't say bad things about the police. Instead, help them through their midlife crisis, boys, because, you know, they're probably gonna have it much worse than us when they're like 80-year-olds and figured out they have no power anymore. But thank you guys for watching. I love you all. Thank you guys for coming to my video. I hope the audio doesn't sound utterly atrocious. And hopefully, if you guys like the video, you smash that like button. You just go, and then hopefully you guys smash that subscribe button only one time though, and that's if you guys like me. And if you guys hate me, then please smash that subscribe button 3 times so that way you guys unsubscribe from me and then resubscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to go ahead and comment down below what type of video you guys want next. I have a few more stories. I could always do a reaction video. I'm really down for whatever, guys. I still can't do gaming content yet because I don't have Wi-Fi on my PC, you know, moving to a new house. But as soon as I can, I'll start uploading some Minecraft vids. Until then, I have some old content that I might be able to show. Hopefully, I don't know what gameplay is being shown right now. Hopefully, it's something decent. And I shall see you guys in the next video. I hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye.